Good morning. This morning we're going to start in Revelation chapter 5, the scroll and the Lamb. Then I saw in the right hand of him who sat on the throne a scroll with writing on both sides, and sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a mighty angel proclaiming in a loud voice, "Who is worthy to break the seals and open the scroll?" But no one in heaven or on earth or under the earth could open the scroll or even look inside it. I wept and wept because no one was found who was worthy to open the scroll or look inside. Then one of the elders said to me, "Do not weep. See, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, has triumphed. He is able to open the scroll and its 7 seals." Then I saw the Lamb, looking as if it had been slain, standing in the center of the throne, encircled by the 4 living creatures and the elders. He had 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent out into all the earth. He came and took the scroll from the right hand of him who sat on the throne. And when he had taken it, the 4 living creatures and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb. Each one had a harp, and they were holding golden bowls full of incense, which are prayers of the saints. And they sang a new song. "You are worthy to take the scroll and to open its seals, because you were slain. And with your blood you purchased men of God from every tribe and language and people and nation. You have made them to be a kingdom and priests to serve our God, and they will reign on earth." Then I looked and heard the voice of many angels, numbering thousands upon thousands and 10,000 times 10,000. They circled the throne and the living creatures and the elders. In a loud voice they sang, "Worthy is the Lamb who was slain, to receive power and wealth and wisdom and honor and glory and praise." Then I heard every creature in heaven and on earth and under the earth and on the sea, and all that is in them, singing, "To him who sits on the throne and to the Lamb be the praise and honor and glory and power forever and ever." The 4 living creatures said, "Amen," and the elders fell down and worshiped. Okay, there's actually quite a lot in this one. So we go all the way back to the beginning of chapter 5, and you see this scroll with 7 seals. So you got to go back to Hebrew law to understand what's taking place here, and then to understand that you're looking at a contract, a transactional contract. So what happened? What was sold, and then what's being purchased back? So Adam started the transaction. He had been given dominion of the earth. And remember when Satan takes Jesus up to the high mountain and says, "Pick a kingdom, any kingdom. They've been given to me that I might grant it to you." So when Adam sinned, he gave up his birthright. When It's best explained when the Israelites came to the Promised Land, and God set up a system by which each tribe would have a section of land. Within that section, each family name would be given a section of the section, and they were owed it and were given the deed of it to the family that could not be disassociated from the family. So the deed that was given up was always and forever to be associated to that family within that tribe, within that section. Now, if that family fell into harm's way or needed to borrow money, they could basically lease it out. That agreement would go into a scroll. The judges would write out the terms of the agreement. It would be sealed with 7 seals. At any time, the family member who did the transaction or another heir to that family could come back and redeem that transaction to reclaim the original deed that had been mortgaged, right? So the operator who paid, who bought it from the family member could use it and operate it as they so desired, until the time that an original family member would come back and redeem that. That would be the person who would come back, pay the price of whatever the mortgage was or the rent that had been paid. They would redeem it with the same payment, and then they would reclaim it. That person would be worthy of opening that and reclaiming that stewardship back of that land. So when it says here that this scroll is held by the judge, we're talking about God being the judge, right? So he's holding this scroll that has the mortgage that Adam set up, and no one is worthy to open it. And then the elder says, hey, here's one who can open it, and it's Jesus, and the lamb that was slain, the price that was already paid. And just to go back, you know, when Satan's up there going, hey, I can give you this land, right? Satan doesn't even understand the ignorance of his statement. And, you know, you can now see the wisdom in Jesus going, I'm going to pay the price for this land, but it isn't going to be to bend my knee to you, right? That's what he told Satan. So I think this is a super enlightening thing. This is where Jesus takes back what was given up by Adam. And, you know, he paid the price so that he could come in. And he's the only one who's ever paid the price for us. Then you get into the seven eyes, which are the seven spirits. The seven horns are, in my understanding, the power, the authority to rule. So now, pardon me, sorry about that. So now Jesus has taken back basically the rights to the earth by taking this scroll from God, and now he's the possessor, the repossessor of the earth. And now you can kind of see that he's been trying to train everybody through his teachings. You know, when I repossess the earth, here's who's going to be allowed on the property that is mine, and I want you to be part of my family. And, you know, as I've read through Revelation before, you know, I get the image of Jesus picking his bride that he might share this inheritance with, and that this bride might be tested, is my gut instinct, the overall picture of Revelation as I've historically read it. The intention of going through this study of Revelation is, I've never documented it quite this way or taken it piece by piece and really just stopped and assessed each section. So that's what we're doing. I hope you enjoyed this this section of Revelation. One thing I didn't mention over here. Look over here. As this chapter wrapped up, and it talks about in heaven, every creature in heaven singing his praise. But then it also says, then I heard every creature on earth and under the earth and on the sea, and all of them singing, to him who sits on the throne and to the Lamb be the praise and honor and glory and power forever and ever. So as he takes this scroll, you know, I think of our animals, our dogs that don't know what sin is, right? Their kind has never eaten of the tree of knowledge. They've never made the pact. They're still connected, as best I can tell. Because when Jesus takes this scroll, all of the animals rejoice. So when you see your animal and you think there's a special connection there, Their connection was never mortgaged. Pretty interesting, huh? Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed chapter 5. I hope you have a great day. We'll kick off chapter 6 next. Thank you.